Welcome everybody, my name is BadAsFish80. We're live on Twitch right now. We're about to watch the final of my 2v2 number 8 Minion Masters tournament. It is going to be between the reigning men, Niprax and Dragon, and No Brain Apep main, Set and Nerzl. So, as you may know, I run a lot of tournaments, 1v1 and 2v2, one of those each month. There is money to be won, there's in-game content to be won, etc. There's a lot of fun to be had. But it looks like we're going straight into the game now. I haven't said go to the players, but they're going already. They're going already. They don't give a flip. Let's tune in. Let's find out what's going on. So there's $50 to the winning team. Now this is the culmination of our dual elimination tournament. Okay, they may have made a mistake here. I'm not sure. Let's find out. We could have, this is a best of 5, but because it's dual elimination, if the reigning men, Niprax and Dragon, blue team, if they win, it will be game, set, match. If red team, Nerzl and Set win, there'll be a second best of 5. Because as the way a dual elimination goes, you always get a second life. And the team that's got there from the final, from the winner's bracket, hasn't used their second life. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got. We've got Dragon playing Minion, we've got Niprax playing Ravager, we've got a Bridge Shrine down already. Nerzl is playing Morelia, and we've got Apep coming from Set. Morelia is wearing the tournament winner's skin, the Dynasty Morelia, that's only available for previous tournament winners, so that's a bit of a flex on Nerzl's side. But we're already up to perk 1. We've got a push at the bottom, and now we've got Rock Rivals. Rock Rivals has been used by the red team. So they have a blue golem with a taunt, but they have given a statue to their opposing team. Blue golem's going to go down pretty quickly. This is a sizable push. We've got a Ting at the front. We've got a couple of crossbow dudes. They're going to perish to the breath. Okay, so we've got the breath coming in. The statue's going to get cursed. Curse very strong on those big units. 3% damage every second. The heal comes in though, so the statue's going to keep getting value. Takes down the magma cannon. And we've got the golem pushing up behind. An enraged Colossus. Okay, a lot of large units. We've got another push coming up at the top with Yahoo. So we're going to start seeing some face damage here, are we? Another heal coming in. Okay, so this is looking kind of dicey for the red team. There's a lot of face damage going to be here. That Colossus is going to do huge hits every time. Right. The problem with the Curse Bearer is going down the bottom. They really need the Curse Bearer coming up. Oh, the Curse Bearer got aggroed re-aggroed back to the top, so that Curse is going to do some work on Yahoo. But Yahoo's still pretty healthy. He's got the Growth Burst Shroom buff. The Blue Golem's going to start thrashing it, though. Okay. Can't beat a good thrashing in that situation. Blue Golem sets it down. Now remember, this Blue Golem is from the Rock Rivals, which means it does have the taunt. The circles around it mean everything is being forced to attack it. But again, we've got a push coming from the bottom. Ting is fast. Ting is desperately trying to get past that Colossus. That's frustrating when your support gets past. Okay, both teams have got the Bridge Shrine down. That gives you an indication of how strong a Bridge Shrine is. It's a very strong card. I feel like it's overpowered for sure. And it was buffed not too long ago. Okay, they can use that to pull that together. And Barad's going to get spanked. Okay, so they're dealing with that Colossus pretty well. If we look at the XP, it is in Blue's favour right now. Okay, the Breath and the Meme Storm's going to probably put an end to most of this stuff at the top. The Meme Storm doesn't get too much value, though. The heal comes in on the Yahoo. It is cursed from the Curse Bearer. The Curse Bearer curse only lasts for a certain period of time, unlike the curse from the Haunting Hugger, for example, which lasts for the entire duration of the unit's life. Okay, XP still in Blue's favour. Health in Blue's favour. Okay, did a little bit of face damage there. They couldn't grab that bottom bridge before the Marines perished from the poison. Okay, what can this Blue Golem do? It's going to spank a lot of stuff here, but it's going to get cursed. And that's going to really put a death knell on it. Remember, the curse does 3% damage every second, so if a unit's at full HP, it's going to be dead in 30 seconds. Doesn't matter how big it is. Big or small. 30 seconds dead. Okay. Now, Bara's going to lock everything in place, so they're trying to DPS this Brutus down. The Brutus, Terror Brutus from perk 3 from Ravager, huge amounts of HP. Really needs to be shredded. Okay, the stun. Puts the face available for damage. Another heal coming in. The heal must be a gambler's ball, I guess. They can't have 2 heals, can they? Okay, we're down to 252 HP. This is looking scary. There's a big lead for the blue team in all metrics here right now. Okay, Bara's going to go down before it gets a shot off. That's frustrating. The magma cannon's going to start taking damage, but it doesn't because the dragon comes in and says, hey, I'm here. The magma cannon, though, is a little bit too far behind, so it's not really getting any value. But again, we're going to be looking for a curse at the bottom on the blue golem. Okay. That blue golem's going to start taking a lot of curse damage. This is a decent push, though. Colossus is going to swing and clear most of this. Dragon on face. Interesting to tank the dragon on face, but they have a lot of HP. You've got to remember their health is a resource. So what they're doing here is they're taking face damage instead of unit damage. Although that Yahoo's getting a lot of damage in the side there. We've got a GG dropped for the blue team already. There's another dragon in, but that's just too much. That's game number 1. Game number 1 to Niprax and Dragon. 1-0. Of course, they did come through from the winners bracket, so if they do win this best of 5, that's the end of the tournament. If they don't, there will be a second one. Okay. So remember, both teams did ban Stormbringer, so there's no Stormbringer available to either of them. There are no wild cards, of course, in this tournament. We like to keep it clean. We like to keep it friendly. We like to keep it at a very high skill cap. So there are a few cards banned. If you look at the website, you can see the cards that are banned. Cheeky little bit of sneak, code fish. Sneakenergy.com. That's time for our giveaway, but that's time for our stream raiders, but that's going to have to wait, I think. We can maybe do that while we're waiting. We'll see the players queue in. Okay, so let's see if we can use our big brain right now. We're going to do stream raiders in the background. You can't see it because you guys on YouTube are not interested in it. But we can see it. We can't see it, but it's happening. I muted it, so nobody knows what's happening. Okay, so game number 1 is over. Pro tier sneak ads. So that was an interesting first game. Blue team seem to always be ahead. Their big units doing a lot of work. Remember, Ravager does give them a haste buff. Now when they get down to 66% or lower HP from perk 2. So that was really nice. The curse, they always managed to get the curse on the blue golem, which just absolutely shut it down. The blue golem very rarely got anywhere near the opponent's side. The curse from the Haunting Hugger is something we're seeing so often. It's such a strong card. You can use it to grab bridges, curse big units. There's so much stuff you can deal with. Okay. So, we're just waiting for them to get the second game underway. Of course, there are no restrictions of what you can and can't play once the tournament started. Once the game started. As long as you adhere to the rules. They can switch, they can stick, they can do whatever they like. So they may be trying to switch stuff up. They may be trying to try to figure out what their opponent is going to use. They may be trying to figure out what they're going to try and use. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay. They can make a whole new deck, yes. If they want to. Craziness. I mean, they don't know what their opponent's going to play, though. We'll check on Discord to make sure everything's good. Just got a bit of downtime, a little bit of filler here. Make sure you check out the Minion Masters update site. We'll put the link in the description on YouTube to see the new master, Valorian. See what you guys think of him. Let us know in the comments what you feel the new master is going to be like and what we know about him so far. But here we go, game number 2. Niprax and Dragon took game 1. Let's see what game number 2 brings us. Okay, so it looks like Set and Nerzl are playing the same decks, at least the same masters. We've got Morelia and Apep, whereas Niprax and Dragon have switched to Volko and Diona. Okay, so the idea there with those propeller scrats, if you time them right, they can split and grab both bridges back. It didn't quite get that though. Apep's not banned. Apep we see banned a lot, not in this situation. So they've decided that Stormbringer was the scariest thing. Okay, so the poison takes out the archers, which is good because not only does it kill them, it also holds the bridge, or at least forces their opponent to spend extra mana on a bridge grab. Okay, so the curse again on the Demon Warrior. So we may see a big Demon Warrior. Remember, the Demon Warrior is weak until it's spawned for the 5th time. Look at the counter on its head when you see it to see how many times it's been spawned. The 5th time it is 3 times as large and 3 times as powerful. But the Bridge Shrine's going to give them a bit of a lead, but then of course their opponents have countered with a Bridge Shrine of their own. If you ever want to get a feel for what cards are OP and what cards aren't, just check to see what's being played in tournaments. That's where people want to play the strongest stuff. And Bridge Shrine, of course, is a very strong card. It gives you a lot of XP, and it's difficult to counter. Okay. Sorry if I'm not responding to you guys in chat, but we're just trying to concentrate on the tournament now, right? Keep this up to date. Okay, Demon Warrior number 2 at the top. XP is very similar. The poison again is going to come in, is it? Okay, he waited for the poison. He's going to get everything there. Very nicely done. But the bridges are being defended by that turret. Makes it difficult to get near it. It's not going to get a marksmanship buff like it would in a Stormbringer deck. Again, both of them put the bridge shrine down. Maybe the best way to counter a bridge shrine is just to play your own. Okay, that breath's just missed. The spirit didn't quite get on the guy at the bottom, but the bridge was taken blue, so that's fine. Okay, both hitting perk 2 at the same time. That means we've got a bridge burn available for Volko. That means Diona brings Ruffles into the picture. Morelia, of course, gets her 2nd strength spellbook, and Apep gets the shield. Right. Again, we've got the curse down the bottom. That curse is from the Curse Bearer, I think. But everything's going to get shredded. The bridge maintains blue at the bottom. XP is slightly in red's favour now. But the game plan with the Demon Warrior is you've got to try to weather the storm. Not be too far behind whilst Demon Warrior is weak. Once it gets big, that's when you can get the power from the Demon Warrior. Not only can it kill a lot of stuff, it can tank a lot of stuff. Which helps you hold a bridge, which helps you bring back an XP lead, which helps you eventually win. That's the plan anyway. But we've still got a little XP lead, only 10 XP, so it's not much. If they shut down a bridge shrine a little early, something like that, then they'll catch right up. Okay, there we go. Bridge shrine, as we speak about it, is shut down. It did pop an XP just as it was dying though, so I'm not sure how much that trap did get from it. Okay, Demon Warrior number 4. Next time it's going to be large and in charge. Okay, Morgul roaring at the top. Again, the Curse Bearer really doing some work there. Curse Bearer is great against big units. Again, bringing the curse, plus its melee damage. Does a lot of value. Okay, so perk 3 is almost upon us for the red team. They're healing from the spellbook there. Nicely done. Again, we're going to get a curse at the bottom. That curse is going to grab the bridge as well. Ruffles goes for a heal. Remember, Ruffles perk 2 from the owner is going to give you those vials that the dog's going to try and collect. It's either going to give you health, XP, or mana, depending on the colour of the vial. Okay, here we go. The Demon Warrior is large and available. Okay, the heal taken out at the top by the dragon. They spawned the dragon at the top, I assume, to keep it away from the Demon Warrior, because the Demon Warrior will dispatch that dragon if it's given a one-on-one fight. Okay, so what are they going to do? I feel like they spawned that a little bit early. Fighting on the bridge is never the best idea because it's difficult to support your units, and of course the opponent has the bridge at that time. They already have a bridge lead. Okay, the wall comes in. Does that wall survive for another hit? Yes, okay. So the best way of dealing with the dragon really is just to keep it busy. Okay, dragon is on face now, but again, as we saw in the last game, they did have a lot of face HP. Thank you for the follow. Okay, dragon's going to go down, but guess what? There's the breath, and there'll probably be another dragon coming. Depends exactly what they've got in their deck, but here we go. XP's in Blue's team. Blue's favour, sorry. Health is in Blue's... sorry. Let's start that again. XP's in Red's favour. Health is in Red's favour. Speaking is apparently hard. You see the curse from the hugger at the top, grabbing that bridge. That's hugely beneficial. Okay, Demon Warrior comes in, using the Armored Scrats to get in the way to tank. Oh, the curse is off on the Demon Warrior though. That's frustrating. They tried to prevent that from happening. It didn't get prevented. That Demon Warrior is getting forward. But of course the Demon Warrior, while it does hit hard, it's not great against a lot of small units. It does take forever to chomp through them. Blast Monster's going to do some work at the bottom here. Clear out all this small stuff. Mana Frenzy now for Red Team. Quite a big XP lead as well. We've still got 40 mana to go, really, for them to try to claim it back. The Shrine's going to speed that up. Of course, during Mana Frenzy, the Shrine generates XP, which is converted into mana. It does degrade quicker, though, in Mana Frenzy, just to make it not completely OP. Good luck with your stream, my friend. We're just watching a tournament final right now. This is my 2v2 number 8 final. Okay, here comes the power of the Mana Frenzy. Using the traps to try to at least keep the bridges neutral while they can. Okay, the curse is going to do some work, but the burn comes in. Okay, this is just getting out of control. I don't know how they handle this. They do have a Cursed Ascension, so whatever they kill with this breath is going to turn into a Skelly and help them, maybe. Didn't get the Bara, though. Bara was probably the #1 target there at the bottom. Didn't get the Bara. That's a shame. If they'd taken the Bara, they would have had the Skellies. They would have been able to push on that bottom bridge. Okay, so they're tanking some on face. Demon Warrior is going to absolutely shred that. Remember, Volko gives melee units rage, so that Demon Warrior is enraged. That's huge. Sniper goes down. That's frustrating. Again, the bridge shrine is under attack. Okay, here comes the breath again. And again, everything it kills from the Cursed Ascension buff is going to turn into a skeleton. That can really help in this situation. Now, can they come back? They're clearing nicely. The bridge burn's doing great work against the Bara. Bara goes down at the bottom. Meme Storm, they're going for face here. I feel like the red team feels like they're losing their grip on this a little bit at the moment. That's the breath plus the bridge burn just absolutely devastating their units. Another breath comes in, specifically looking for a bit of face damage and the Bara. Okay, they're down to 231 HP though. It looks like if it goes a long game that the blue team's going to win, but can they survive it? They have very low HP. Breath comes in, going to do some more face damage. Shrine goes down. Demon Warrior pushing on face though. If that Demon Warrior starts cleaving away at face, that's going to be probably game. But the Meme Storm again, we're down to 500 HP on the red team. The stun comes in more. Demon Warrior on face is going to win it. That's going to be game. 79 HP. That was one Ruffles Hill that won that game. That's 2-0. That was very interesting. Set and Nerzl, No Brain Ape main. They got to Mana Frenzy first. They had that power. They built up an army, but the breath, which is so familiar in 2v2s right now, and the bridge burn was just too much. Absolutely shut down their army. That breath can shut down an entire lane. And of course, with the Accursed Ascension buff, the breath, everything it kills turns into a Skelly, so that just makes handling the blue golem easier. It makes holding the bridge easier. So it's almost too strong in that situation. But yeah, it looked like the blue team were definitely blue team Niprax and Dragon. Sorry, it looks like they had lost that. They did manage to come back. 2-0. We'll bring up the Discord to see if anything's going on, see if any discussions happening. So that's 2-0. This is a best of 5, so it's first to 3. Indeed, competitive 2v2 matches can be so high. So remember, just because you get to Mana Frenzy first, it doesn't mean it's all over. Never give up. They were able to take the big pushes with the breath. They had the Demon Warrior, which not only tanks a lot, does a lot of damage. So that was able to really just smash that blue golem to pieces. And yeah, once they got Mana Frenzy of their own, game on. They got Mana Frenzy. They held the bridges. They pushed on face. They almost ran out of face damage though. It was 79 HP at the end there. So close. And of course, that's just a single Ruffles Hill that changed that match from a win to a loss. So really, every single bit of damage or defense is hugely important in these matches. Just the smallest margin between the two at the end. It's so scary. And it's real cool. It's real cool when one person's like super far ahead and then they manage to come back. Boy, let's get some sneak going on. Okay, so we've seen Dragon and Niprax play differing decks in the first 2 games, whereas we've seen Set and Nerzl stick with their setup. The question is now, are they going to do the same or are they going to switch? It's the mind games are strong. You're trying to figure out, are you going to do what you did? Are you going to switch it up? Your opponents are trying to figure out, are you going to do what you did? Are they going to do that? And then you think, okay, I'm going to do this, but then I'm going to try to double bluff and do something else. So many questions. The only way to answer it is to load in and see what's going on. Yeah, the 2v2 tournaments are hype. Remember, we do 1 2v2 and 1 1v1 tournament every month, supported by Beta Dwarf. $100 prize pool, loads of in-game stuff to be won. It's a play over time event, so you get 3 days to complete each of your matches. So it's super convenient to get involved in. You basically just get put in a group DM with your opponents, and you just figure out within those 3 days what your availability is, when you can get your matches played. It can't really be any fairer than that. I think 3 days is plenty. We learnt from our first tournament many moons ago that giving people as long as they needed was not a smart idea. That tournament's still going on to this day, I think. Hopefully that'll finish at some point. Well, if they don't answer you, then there are rules in place to figure that out, so don't worry. Don't stress. Okay, so everything's quiet in the game right now. Everything's quiet in the Discord chat between the teams, so we're just finding out what's going on. Dragon is not in deck building, so it seems like he's ready to go. So this could be the final match. Best of 3, of course. Best of 5, sorry. So first to 3. This could be the final match if Niprax and Dragon win. Set and Nerzl need to start bringing it back. They need to win the next 3 in a row to have a chance at forcing the second best of 5 in this dual elimination. The dual elimination is nice because it means you get a second life. Come up against a great player who you feel like you're going to struggle against in the winners bracket. Don't worry, you're going to if you do lose it, you will drop down to the redemption bracket, not the losers bracket. There's no losers here. That you will drop to the redemption bracket and you'll get another shot. You can go all the way through the redemption bracket and get to the final. Okay, here we go. Let's get some hype. This is game number 3. Let's see what they are going to be playing. They're going to take what they learned from the first 2 matches. Okay, so we've got Mordor, Dragon. We've got Apep, Niprax. We've got Nerzl, Diona. We've got Apep, Set. So it looks like Set's been playing Apep the whole time. Dragon and Niprax have switched up again. So we'll see. We're going to see shields. Perk 2 shields from both teams. Okay, so we've got a push at the bottom coming with the statue. Now, the statue is one of those units that only attacks buildings or taunted units. So the idea is it's basically a walk-in wall. The idea is to build a push behind it. So we haven't got much of a push behind it at the moment. Just the Blast Mance, which of course is real good at dealing with small units, but Not so much of dealing with larger units. Okay, so the bounty striper goes down, but gets some value. But then the smite comes in. It's the smite plus holy fire, which you get with the 5 Empyrean cards. Okay, Rock Rivals again. That's clearly something that Nerzl and Set are enjoying. Again, to clarify how Rock Rivals works, the first time you spawn it, you get your blue golem with taunt, but your opponent gets the living statue with haste. That's only the first time. Once that statue's dead, there's no more statues. But that statue's going to res. That's kind of huge. Okay, so they got the statue given to them for free. That's value. They got the statue rezzed. That's double value. The question is, can they push behind it? Now, we see the vortex at the bottom is going to clear the sniper out. We've got no support at the bottom for the statue, but there is the combustion available. Now, of course, the combustion was changed up recently, so it is considerably more effective now if you use it on a large unit than a small unit, because it explodes for 50 damage up to 5 times. So on the statue, it can pop, pop, pop. Just can't stop. Okay, so here we go. The statue is going to do some face damage. It's going to clear the units around it as well. But again, we got another statue coming. So that statue at the bottom was the one they got from the Rock Rivals that was effectively given to them. Okay, Scrutillery being used to shut down the shrine. Doesn't quite kill it, but it does reduce its HP a lot. Okay, so again, as we discussed before, the way Mordor works in duos is different now. Look at the statue. It's got the green circle around its feet. The Cursebearer had it as well. So it's only the Mordor units that will res. So it's made Mordor incredibly more versatile and usable in duos. So again, look at the Blastmancer. Every time I say look at it, something spawns and you can't look at it. We'll try and get there at some point. Basically, look at the units. When the Tombstone is active, look for the green circle around their feet. That means that it's linked to the Tombstone. That means it's a Mordor unit. That means it's potentially going to res. Which is really useful to play against, because when you're trying to force a bad res or deny a res, you need to know what's a resable target. Okay, so XP wise, it's close, but blue are ahead. Okay, this match compared to the previous match is a little less hype. The bounty sniper going down, so red team's got a bounty sniper and they've got a shrine, but they are still behind on XP. Okay, so here, quick look. Tombstone's up. Green circles around feet. Down the bottom. Whatever dies first is going to go to the Tombstone. Blue team hope it's going to be the statue. The Tombstone only has X amount of life, but they're trying to interrupt the Tombstone. They're trying to get the... Oh, they're Cursebearer. Okay, but the other Tombstone's up. Okay, 2 Tombstones at perk 2 for Mordor. Makes it a lot easier to get at least something rezzed. Okay, Bounty Sniper goes down. That Bounty Sniper may have been... No, okay, that Bounty Sniper wasn't a perk. Okay, so again, the Bounty Sniper goes down in the Breath. The Breath doing a huge amount of damage. XP, only 10, 8 in it. Ruffles goes down. No heal for Ruffles. But here we go. Combustion gets a lot of values. Combustion on the statue is a huge thing. We've seen combustion on statues. In previous games, we've seen combustion on things like Divine Warrior, for example, when it has the shield, so it doesn't even take any damage. Really big brain plays. Okay, so now Tombstone's up. They're trying to force the res of the Cursebearer, which they're gonna. But there'll be another Tombstone. Okay, there's a Cursebearer. That's not a bad res. It's a free unit. I remember at perk 3, everything that comes out of the Tombstones comes out hasted. It comes out fast, or faster. Looking at that statue now, you wouldn't really describe that as fast, I guess. But it's faster. If you just joined us, it's 2-0 to the blue team. This is potentially game number 3 and final game. Okay, the statue pushing at the bottom. The blue golem, we've seen the blue golem a lot, but I feel like the blue golem's just got very little value in any of these matches. It's such a high DPS tanky unit, but it's really done very little. It always seems to get cursed in one way or the other and get absolutely destroyed. Okay, so there always seems to be statues about. The statue reses are huge. And we've got double statue pushing at the bottom. We've got an active tombstone that's probably going to be popped by something at the top. Okay, the Beam of Doom comes in. Blast Monster is the spawn at the top. Okay, they've done a good job powering through those two statues at the bottom. XP's well in Blue's favour now, though. Okay, so they've got Cursed Ascension, which means they're getting those skellies for free from the breath, which means they take that bridge for free, which means happy times. But again, the fighting has seemed to be always on the right side. They're always having to defend the red team, which means the bridges are generally blue, which means the blue team are pushing towards Mana Frenzy already. And if they're holding the bridges without Mana Frenzy, then once they get Mana Frenzy, that should be just a foregone conclusion. See, again, the blue golem, but it's just getting no value. Okay, the smite comes and clears the push behind. The statue, though, the res. Okay, so that what you really want to have when you're playing against the tombstones of Mordor is you want to have a way of interacting with the tombstones. You want to be able to stun them. You need to reset them. You need to stop them from spawning, and they just have nothing really to do that, which means that Niprax and Dragon of the blue team can do exactly what they want. Okay, so Mana Frenzy for the blue team now. This is basically the beginning of the end. There's no way that the red team are going to hold. They will struggle to hold without Mana Frenzy. Now they're facing Mana Frenzy and they're 45 mana away. This is just over. They're already taking face damage. That's a huge combustion. More damage on face. Statue on face. That's game, set, match. Dragon and Niprax have won that by 3 games to 0. Unbelievable. We saw really there the complete power of the statue. The statue is such a strong unit. It's so healthy. It takes a lot of time to die. And with the tombstones and no way to stop the tombstones, no way to kill the tombstones, no way to stun the tombstones, they could just resurrect those statues at will. And although the statues tend to not get to face, their main power is holding those bridges, keeping the lane for that team. And basically, then you just end up winning by being ahead on XP. They also had the Scritillary to shut down the bridge shrine of their opponents, so that was very strong. But a huge congratulations to Dragon and Niprax, winning 3 games to 0. Commiserations to Set and Nerzl, but many thanks for competing, getting all the way to the final. You all did great. You've all won money. You've all won in-game content, and you've won our respect, even though you already had it. Big shout out to everyone that's watching in Twitch, and a big shout out to everyone who will hopefully be watching this on YouTube. We'll put this on YouTube. Of course, check out all the links in the description for anything very interesting. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff there. Check out our other tournament finals. Remember, 1v1 and 2v2 tournaments every month. We'll try to get all the finals on YouTube where we can. A big shout out to Beta Dwarf, the developer, for supporting our tournaments and, of course, for making this awesome game. If you haven't tried this game is free. We'll put a link in the description. This is free on Discord. It's free on Xbox. It's free on Steam. Loads of stuff. Go check it out. My name's been Bad as Fish 80, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.